So going to do a refresher training with Smokey. Smokey is a foster with the foster Saint Forever Freedom. He was found tied up in a yard after his owner was incarcerated, so he had some leash aggression issues. He didn't understand what walking or freedom meant. He has a lot of problems with jumping up on people, so we definitely worked on that a lot. I trained with him about 4 or 5 different times previously, all the way up until a climb command. The difficult thing about working with fosters sometimes is that there is no level of consistency, so it's almost like having to start from base all over again. So going to do just a refresher on everything. I'm also going to work in some positive reinforcement with my markers, so that way he has a very clear and defined what yes, what no means, and then working out of the field with some of his climb commands, his automatic sits while walking, and a really nice heel is what we're primarily going to be focused on today. How's it going? Hi. Long time no see, buddy. I see you ripped up your bed. Natasha was saying that he has his food out here. Is that his food? Okay, awesome. Sounds good. Thank you. Hi, bud. How's it going? Yeah, I know. So excited. Hi, Smokey, buddy. Hi. Hi. How you doing? How's a good boy doing? There we go. There's a good boy. Huh? There's a good boy. Yes. Good. Good. Good job, buddy. Sit. Yes. So, before moving a dog at all, I always want to make sure that they're in a very calm state of mind, because that sets the tone for everything, and it's called loading control. So think of their excitement on a scale of 1 to 10, him being outside when we first saw him and then seeing us, his excitement level rose because it's new people, he's not really sure what's going on. So I want to put him into just a calm environment to make sure that his mind state is just ready for training. He knows that we're going to be working and that he's going to be focused on me. So I want to establish all of the rules first. So I don't want him to be making a lot of noise. I don't want him to be pacing around. Just this right now is perfectly how I want him to be. I'm not going to let him leave the crate until I let him do so, because I'm the leader in this position here and I want him to follow what I do. So just letting him get into a proper state of mind, just kind of calm down, just me and him, just kind of working, just hanging out. Isn't that right, bud? Come. Good. Sit. Sit. Yes. Good. I never really like to just jump straight into training. I like for me and him to get reacquainted, just because we haven't worked together in a while. If this was a dog that I trained every day, we would have just like jumped really right into it, but I don't want to put this as a stressful situation. I don't want him to see me as something that's, you know, really anxiety inducing for him, or someone that he just doesn't want to be around. So just want to kind of just make sure that me and him, we have a good solid foundation, a good relationship, so that way he has enough respect for me that he's going to want to obey the different commands that I give to him, and that he's gonna do what I ask. So next we're just, yes, good. We're just gonna find the base for what he feels for the collar. So right now I'm on an 8 and I'm just looking for any sort of reaction. Come, come. No reaction. Gonna go 12. Nothing. We're gonna go 15. Oh, yep, there we go. A little bit of reaction there. Good. So we're gonna start with a base of 15. And that's also a really good way to see how different environments impact him if his base is at 15. And then we're training and he gets distracted and he doesn't feel the collar until around 40 or so. I know that those are the different types of situations that I need to be working on. So we're just gonna do a little bit of back and forth so that way he remembers that he needs to be keeping up with me, that I should be his primary focus, that he shouldn't be distracted by anything else, especially with you walking around with the camera. Good. Heel. Good. Sit. Yes, good, good. Yes, good boy. Yep. Yes, good. Yes, that's a good boy. Go. Yep. Come, come, come. Yes, good, good. Good. Good job. Good, buddy. Good job. Good. Sit. Yes, good, good. That's a good boy. Good job. Yep. I don't want him to get too far ahead. I am giving him a little bit of grace. Typically, you want the collar to be lined up with your hip. You see how he's getting farther away, so I just want to signal with him to the collar. He understands that means that he's supposed to come back to me. But when I stop, I want him to go into automatic sit. Smokey, sit. Yes, good, good job. But I primarily don't want him to be looking around frantically everywhere. It's fine if he keezes around a little bit, but I definitely want him to be more in line with me and what I'm doing. Which this is a perfect example of working with dogs, is that in situations where they're really stressed or anxious for whatever reason, it's just a new environment, it's just a new thing altogether, is that they have bodily reactions to this, and that's just the very unattractive side of dog training. And sometimes they'll just be shitty. It'll be shitty. But don't be someone that doesn't pick up dog poop, because that's how diseases spread. So we're gonna go get a dog bag. Last time I worked with Smokey was about three weeks ago, and his current foster couldn't foster him anymore. And so luckily he got adopted just in the nick of time. It's by a woman who lives in Atlanta. She's moving up to Virginia, so we're gonna meet her out in Mebane tomorrow at 3:30 to just kind of introduce Smokey to her and give a background and, you know, teach her a little bit on some of the training that he's been through. And so for right now, one of the really key important things that I think that owners can do, even without an e-collar, is to do a basic climb command. And this is something that's really going to help a dog a lot with its mental state of mind. It's also a way to keep them from, you know, being underfoot if you need to get chores done or if you're cooking or anything like that. A climb command is one of, in my opinion, one of the most important commands that you can do. So luckily enough, even working with him about 3 weeks ago, it looks like he remembers it pretty well. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to start moving away from him and around him. And I really want to make sure that he understands what positive markers are. So positive markers are things like yes and good. And I want him to know that when I say yes and when I say good, he is doing a behavior that I enjoy. And I'm going to do that with positive treat reinforcement. I haven't done any food motivation with him yet, so we're gonna see how this goes. Good job, buddy. That's a good boy. That's a very good boy. You're so smart, my dear. So we're not gonna do any of the e-collar stuff at all. If he gets off, it's just gonna be a simple no, and then guiding back on. Good. One of the other key things that I'm going to be doing is I really want him to work on focusing on me. So he's only going to get rewarded when he makes eye contact with me. Good. Sit. Yes. Good. Good job, bud. Looks like he's not very interested in food, however, so we'll see how this goes. If not, totally fine. We'll just work with the e-collar and do marker training with that. Yes, good, good boy, good. Sit, 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 sit. Smokey, yes, good. Good job, bud. That's a good boy. Good. Good job, buddy. Good. Good. Yes, good. That's a good boy. Ooh, so hard. Smokey. Smokey. Yes. Good. Good job, bud. Good. Good. Sit. Smokey. Smokey, sit. Good. Good. Sit. Oh, you are not very interested in your food, are you? So since he's not super interested in it, what I'm gonna do is just move and walk around him, and then if he breaks his command at all, then just going to correct him and then place him back on. Good, yes, good, good boy, good. I'm just looking for him to just stay on the climb no matter what I do. A lot of times it'll be really difficult for dogs to have things going on behind them or for movement to happen and for them not to want to come to it. So for him to just stay on the climb, and what I'm looking for is if he makes any movement to get off and then chooses not to, there, then I corrected, no, climb, climb. Yes, good, good, good job, buddy. Good job. So just a very small correction that I did with the e-collar. We're only on a level 18, and remember that our base was a 15. However, through these repetitions that we're doing, the correction level is going to go up just a little bit, because each time he's going to know and he's going to want to push it to see how far he can go, and so the level of correction will go up just a bit. But remember about speeding tickets is that you don't want to give a super huge correction, or else they're going to be really scared of what's happening. So I'm going to just monitor him and see how he's doing, and then if he's not quite exactly grasping it, then we're just going to take a complete break from it. Good boy, buddy. Good job. Good sit. And from what I saw from him last time when we were doing this type of work, the first time that he gets off of it, he's most likely going to try and break the command again pretty quickly. So that's what I'm definitely looking for. So on the remote, we're all the way up. The last correction was at 18. This one is going to be a 22. Yes, good, good, good boy, good. Boy, good job, bud. That's a good boy. So the next thing that I want him to do is I want him to understand what the release command is. Now that he's been sitting on there for maybe a minute or two, you can see that he's really tired. He started to drool a little bit. Yes, good boy. So see right there, you can see that he's just on the edge here, and he definitely thought about getting off because you squatted down, which is a universal sign to dogs to come to you. So what I want to do is I want to reward for that behavior. I want to sit him again. Sit, sit. Yes, good. But you can see that he made the choice. He got up, he got onto the edge of the climb board, and he did not get off. So with reinforcing that type of behavior and giving him a reward, so that way he knows that what he did is really, really good. Isn't that right, Smokey Bear? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Good job. That was a tricky one. So the next thing that I want to do is I want him to know what the release command is, which is going to be break. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back from him, and I'm going to give some leash guidance. And then once he comes to me, I'm going to give a lot of praise, a lot of affection, and I'm going to see if he's going to take some more food as well. Good. Sit. Good. Good sit, buddy. Good. Smokey, break. Come here. Yes, good. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Yes, that's a good boy. So next what we're going to want to do is we're just going to do drills back and forth, because his healing is definitely not where I would like it to be. He's definitely more interested in everything else besides me. You can see that he does circle back to me, probably more interested in food. Good job, bud. Good. But I definitely want him to be focused on me all the time, and this will be a really great opportunity for him to associate the collar, feeling it coming back to me, and being rewarded with praise, affection, and food. Isn't that right? Yes, yes it is. You gotta sit, sit. Yes, good, good, yes, good job. And it's really important in the beginning stages of training that whenever you see a behavior that you really like, that you want to reward it all the time. Always saying yes, and behaviors that you don't want, to always be saying no. Even if they do not have any consequences really established yet, if you're not working with an e-collar, just them associating the word no. So that way they start hearing it more often. All right, Smokey, come in. So I'm gonna let him go off, do his own thing, and then I'm just gonna have the e-collar, so that way he feels it. Come, come. Yes, good. Yes, good job. So when he goes off and does his own thing, I want him to know what that means to come back to me. Come, come, come. Yes, good. Yes, good boy. Good job, buddy. That's a very good boy. Good job. Come on. Come, come. Yes, good. Yes, good job. Good boy. Yeah. You can see he's very eager to learn too as he prances back over to me. So he knows that the e-collar, I really want him to associate the e-collar always feeling that. It's not associated with pain. It's not associated with being in trouble. It's just associated with, I get to come back to my human. And it's going to be positive because I'm feeding him. So just associating the collar with all things positive. Isn't that right, bud? Isn't that right? So how many times that I want to be doing this is how many times it takes for me to press the button that he does the behavior that I want. So I've had to press it 3 or 4 different times for him to associate it with coming back to me. So if I were to do it right now, come, come, come. That was 4 times that I did that. Yes, good. Good job. Yes, good boy. So I just want to be able to do it once, and I also want to bring it down lower. The stim right now is at an 18. I want to bring it back down to the base level of 15 that we were at in the garage when he had a calm state of mind, and if potentially even lower than that, because the lower that you can get on the collar, the better. And even if I'm not using the collar for him to come back to me, if he comes back to me on his own, that's definitely what I want to see, and I want to reward that behavior because that's what I love. Oh, yeah, good boy. Good job, buddy. Yes. Come. Yes, good. All right, he's definitely picking it up. I only had to tap it twice. Come, come, come. Come. Yes, good. We're at 16 now, which is great. We're just 1 away from our base level. Come, come. Yes, good. That only took twice right then. Good. Come, come. Yeah, good boy. Good job, buddy. Yeah, that's a good boy, huh? Good job. Another thing that I'm doing is just working, sit, yes, good. Working on distractions as that family walks by. Every time he looks at them, I'm just tapping the collar. It's under baseline now, we're at 14. Sit, 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 yes, good. And whenever he returns his focus back to me, I'm gonna reward him with that, because anytime that he's engaging with me, that's what I want him to learn. I want to be sit, 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 good. I want to be the center of his universe at all times. Sit. Yes, good. I'm using sit as a double command. Not only do I want him to be sitting physically, but sit is also in focus. You can also change that command to a focus, but I prefer that anytime that he's in a sit, I just want him to be automatically focused on me. Good. Come. Sit. Yes, good. Yes, good boy. Good job, bud. Yeah, oh, look at you. You got a paw too. Yeah. Ready, sit. Yes, good. Good job, bud. Good boy. Good. Good. No, sit. Good. Come. Yes, sit. Yes, good. Yes, good boy. That's a very good boy. Another thing that you can notice that I'm doing with my body language is that sit. Is I'm upright as I'm walking away, sit. I move forward when I want his attention, sit. Good. When I tell him to come, I'm gonna crouch down, but then I'm gonna stand up as he moves closer to me. Smokey, come. Good, sit. Yes, good. Dogs are all body language. They don't understand English, they don't understand verbal markers very well, and that's the difficult part about doing dog training, but they do understand body language a lot. And that's why when you're training, it's very, very important for you to be in the right frame of mind, for you to have the correct body language. You need to be relaxed, you need to be focused on them, because if you're really uptight while you're trying to train them, they're gonna pick up on that energy as well. Good, sit, good boy, good, sit, yes, good. I'm at 13 for the stim right now, so he's definitely doing really good, even with all of this excitement of learning something new. Good boy. Smokey, come. Yeah, sit. Yes, good. Yes, good boy. That's a very good boy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Good job, buddy. Sit, sit. Yes, good. Good job. Alrighty. So I think that that's gonna wrap up everything for today. You definitely don't wanna make training sessions really long. Optimally, when you're training dogs, you want to have training sessions that are in between like 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes even like 10 or 15, depending on what you're working on. Sit, sit, sit. Yes, good. So that's always the best, because a lot of this is new information, and it's really tiring for them to use so much mental stimulation, because dogs are all physical. Good, sit, 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 Smokey, sit. Yes, good boy. Yeah, that's my good Smokey. That's my good boy. We're gonna do one more, okay? Just one. Sit, sit. Yes, good, good, good. Sit. Smokey, come. Sit. Yes, good boy, buddy. So when I first started with Smokey around 4 weeks ago, having a leash on him was very intolerable for him. He didn't know what it meant, and it was because he was chained up outside for so long, so he would grab and attack at the leash to the point where it was completely cutting at his mouth. A prong collar didn't help with him at all because he didn't understand it, and so it would make him red and raw, so I immediately transitioned over into an e-collar. Since he didn't really have a good relationship with humans either, he would always jump up onto you. So he's definitely come a long way. With new environments, I feel like he's significantly more focused on the human now that the relationship with humans has gotten a lot better. And training definitely helps with that, because it develops a trust, it develops confidence, and it develops a bond. Come here, buddy. Yeah, good boy. Can you sit? Sit. Yes, good. Good boy. Overall, super impressed with Smokey, with how far that he's come. I've trained a lot of dogs, and he has picked up on everything so incredibly fast. He is such a sweet boy, regardless of everything that's happened to him, and I'm really, really excited that someone wants to take him into their home and to adopt him and, you know, give him a loving family. So really excited to drop him off in Mebane tomorrow.